Hi there, Capricorn, and welcome to February 2021's reading. Happy New Year. This is the first. I'm actually doing monthly readings, so I did everyone but you, Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, and Cancer for January 2021. So this, maybe all of these have a meaning for you, Capricorn. They all do kind of coincide with the same information, or roundabout the same idea. So, for this month, I am using our Earth Magic deck. It's very awesome oracle cards, as well as vice versa tarot for our indicators. So, these are so awesome. They have figures on both sides of the cards, like the front and the back. Most of the times I use it for like subconscious and your conscience, what's above, what's below. But we will start with the Earth Magic. Our first card that popped up for you, Capricorn, was Winter Solstice. Reflection. So the word solstice means, well, sol is sun in Latin, and solstice, stis is to stand still. So this is basically when the sun stands still. And it actually does for like a very brief moment of time. On the winter solstice, it is the longest night of the year, the shortest day. So, when this happens, it's like, the sun is over top, the Tropic of Capricorn. Just funny that we're doing, that this came up in your reading. And the Tropic of Capricorn is said to be in Alaska, where, this is the fullest, the sun's, they receive the sun's fullest attention because it's at like a 90-degree angle, whereas, at the North Pole, it's furthest from the sun at 23.5 degrees tilt of the Earth axis. So, so that's cool. In different parts of the world, it's different. The sun is in a different place. Like in Alaska, there's no sunrise at all. And, in Finland, they only have 5 hours of light. In New York, we'll have like 9 to 12 hours of sunlight, and then after this, daylight hours begin to increase, daily. So, a lot of people celebrate, winter solstice, and it used to be like a big thing, like, they say Happy Yule, they celebrate Yule, a lot of people celebrate Yule. Still today, the paganism celebrates Yule. It's a celebration of the Norse god Thor, so fires were lit, and, to celebrate this day. In China and East Asia, they celebrate, D-H-E-N-G-Z-I, or D-O-N, Dongzi. It's a festival in China where they celebrate the longest they celebrate longer daylight hours, and they also, it's also the influx of positivity, and they like related to the yin and the yang, and it's like creating balance and harmony. Yes. Also, the Indians, in North Arizona, they have these Hopi Indians. They celebrate it. They call it soil, Soyal, and that includes rituals of purification and dancing and welcoming Kajinas, which is protective mountain spirits. So, this is when positive energy comes. It's also a time where we can reflect about the prior year. What happened from this winter solstice, or from right now, this point in time, from then to a year from now. What have you accomplished? What energy are you bringing in? This is like a yearly cycle of the sun and the moon and solstice and the equinox. So this is a time where we're offered to become more aware of our surroundings, of our environment, of our energy, and what we do with our energy, and how we navigate it. Winter solstice is also a time where we go within. Usually we hibernate at this time. It gets cold. So this is a time where we go within and reflect, not only where we become physically in this space, but mentally and spiritually. So this is a time, is perfect time for planning. For not only planning for like the future, for the next like year, but this is like at wintertime, you know, you think of all the seeds that you're going to plant for the next harvest. Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to grow? And sometimes it's good to write these things down, and not like when you're feeling like physically write these things down, because then you could come back and look back on it and say, okay, this is what I have written down, this is how much I got accomplished, and so forth. I forgot to mention the best celebration in the UK. They celebrate it, they call it Stonehenge, and people actually believe that they built these stones for the winter solstice, because when the sun goes down, it like goes exactly into the stones. They said that that's the best place to celebrate the solstice, was Stonehenge. So, yeah, that's when you experience the light of the sun through these stones like perfectly. And people say that they did this definitely on purpose. So, this winter solstice is not only a time where we go within and see all the things that we created, and to celebrate all the things that we accomplished, but also is a time to release anything that no longer serves us, like negative thoughts that come by, or negative habits that we have. I know it's time for me to release quitting smoking, and I've been trying. I tried before, but maybe I have like a habit or something personal, behavior or attitude that you have toward yourself or other people, or maybe you're judgmental. Maybe you judge people and you gotta not be so judgmental. But this is a time to release all that no longer serves us, anything that's not positive. Do we speak words of love, words of positivity, actions? Maybe we have these negative thoughts, so instead of just like brushing it off and have them resurface, we can write them down and throw them in a fire and like burn them. And that could be like a significant, like, see ya, adios, go to riddance, you know? So this is definitely a time of release, so that we release the negative and bring positive. And definitely times for ceremony to celebrate. This could also be like a test, like a spiritual test, like, have you learned anything? What have you learned? This is like a time that we reap what we sow, like all the things we're looking back at our plants and all that we have. What did we grow last year? And are we going to grow the same things? Are we going to make our garden bigger or better? Or, you know, what are we going to do here, Capricorn? That, another thing is, with this solstice is stillness. Because we have to be aware of what's around us. There's no such thing as coincidences. So there will be like these synchronicities that occur that you must not ignore. This is the spirit or messages for you to just be aware of these messages, these synchronicities. Maybe you see the same number appearing over and over again. Like, it's not a coincidence. Like, don't take that like if somebody or something is trying to get something across to you. So be aware of that. Also, gratitude. Be thankful. Be thankful for everything that you have right now. Everything that you accomplish. Like, be grateful. Show your gratitude. How we could do this is, I said about dancing earlier. Not only is dancing or your movement, body movement, have something to do with this, but also music and meditation. So when we are still, we want to give ourselves permission to pause from like everyday life and like make some time for yourself. Even if it's like 5 minutes every day, or like make some time for yourself and make it be outside. I know in some places around the world that it's freezing cold right now, but take that time, bundle up, go into the sun and exercise, take a walk, or just sit there. Just sit there and listen to the sounds of nature. Take that in. Definitely want to so your next card that goes right into this, dream time. Your next card, you got dream time or creation. Now this, if you see on this card, you see this spirit man, and you see he has this thing. I first thought of it as like a kaleidoscope and things that you turn and all these pictures show, but that's not what it is. Like basically you can make whatever you want, and technically that's not what it is. What it is it's It's a musical instrument that's called, I'm recording, baby. Give me a couple more minutes. It's called the didgeridoo. Didgeridoo. D-I-D-G-E-R-I-D-O-O. Didgeridoo. That's that long wooden, it's a hollowed out like log. And it makes this droning sound when you blow out of it. And it was said that the Aborigines from Australia, which is like just like a people, like a group of people, the Aborigines, they believe that these ancestral spirit beings came down from the heavens and gave all of life its form. It was said that they blew out of this thing, and with the music, with the sounds of the music, everything was created. And once the work was done, these spirits remained in the very same form that they created. Like, including the hills, the stars, all the animals, everything. So, yes, it was said that from this breath of when the spirit man blew into this, that with this breath, this world was sung into existence. Note that all that was created is all carrying the spirit that has been breathed into them, which, that's not a coincidence. We were talking about the breath earlier, and maybe I didn't even bring that up yet, but this is, I'm glad that I brought that up, that your breath is, and your breathing is very important, especially for meditation. We want to breathe, and close your eyes and be still, and we should like try this together and notice like when your breath becomes slower and deeper, with your eyes closed, focus on your breathing. And when you're focused on your breathing, and maybe not even do it with the music in the background, maybe just silence, maybe the music is helpful. But once you notice your breath is slowing down and it's becoming deeper, you can focus on the thoughts that come to your mind, the feelings that you get, the things that you hear. Maybe you'll hear something. Write these things down or remember these things. This could be, you have to observe the urge inside you that there's going to be something creative, and you want to make sure that you're dreaming like big, like creative action. And you'll take awareness of all the things that you hear, and there you will find a key as to the manner in which you are to express this magnificent pulse. Like, it's going to give you, like, I don't know, try it, Capricorn, try it and see. Because your breath is the crossover between spirit and human and the physical reality. So breathing comfortably and steadily helps align you with the spirit, which then brings you a clear focus on what creative expression is preparing to come through into fruition, and that will help you figure out this next step. So you want to discard any habitual thought patterns that will prevent this manifestation, like, oh, I can't do this, or oh, I don't have enough money, or oh, I don't have enough energy, or like, get them out. We want to clear all that away. Anything that's going to prevent you from manifesting this creative endeavor, which is like really, it's grand. It's not something like every day. So you want to be sure that you're being prompt to bring forth these things, and you want to allow yourself to take risks. Allow yourself to express this, and all creation will smile down on you. I'm telling you, this is something big. So breathe life and intention into your creative ideas with help from the Spirit, from God, or from whatever you think divine, and that will pave the way for you. So definitely be aware and be observant. I know us humans are not the most observant creatures, especially these days, because we have all these distractions like the telephone and internet and everything else. So we want to take time away from that and give ourselves some free time, free space away from the everyday life. Set time aside for you to be alone. Think of what you dream of creating. Think of your dreams too, because our dreams are it's like our subconscious. So we might be too busy to notice these gifts that are right in front of us. That's why I say you gotta be aware and be still at this time. So what do you dream of creating, and are you able and willing to share this with other people? And how are you going to do that? The first step is conviction in your own skills and a desire to share them with everyone. So we want to pay attention to our dreams, write them down. All that's unmanifested in your dreams are all possibilities of what exists in real life, what we're going to create. So be aware of that. If you can imagine it, you can bring it to fruition. The next step is just doing it. So you can do it. And allow yourself to dream up big things. Let yourself engage in the kind of daydreaming that's not chaperoned by your ego or by rational or sensible thought. This is something that, like, allow yourself to be creative. And recent dreams that you had recently or that you remembered could mean something, could be very important or significant for you now. So this next card goes exactly along with what we've been doing, Capricorn. This is the desert. The desert is and it says vision quest. So with the desert, you hear many stories from ancient times about people going to the desert and wandering about. In it's usually like religious figures like Jesus. Jesus went to the desert for 3 days, remember? And he was being tested by God to, are you going to do the right thing or not? Like, are you going to listen to your conscience and jump off of the thing, or are you going to to listen to God's word and say, you know, no, that's not the right thing. I'm going to do the right thing. So beware of the thoughts that we have at this time. Usually when we take this time and this journey into the desert where there's nothing, and we come back with like remarkable visions or thoughts or like revelations or prophecies. Like I know that last year I went to the desert for 3 days and came back, and I had all these visions, and literally I was in the desert, and they say to just take water with you, like 1 water, and that's it, maybe 1 bag, and go. And even if you can't go like overnight, just for maybe a few hours or a few minutes outside with nature alone would be good. So this is the ideal place to seek a vision, more accurately, to allow a vision to come to you. So we need a quiet and peaceful place, or an environment that's conducted to the solitude required to have this type of profound experience. So whatever, like, you follow your intuition when it comes to finding a place and for all this, you know what I mean? So in this, this could also be like a sign for us, like, trying to think here. This is like rightfully called like a spiritual quest, because it becomes possible to receive more information, like direct guidance from the spirit, and internally, and from the world around us. So that's why they call it a vision quest. A vision quest is just like a process where, by you spend a few days in the wilderness alone, typically you carry out like I said, only what you need, and spend most of the time praying and meditating. And many who have completed this like vision quest have came back, like I said, and said like, crazy things happen. Like me, like I got these crazy revelations of like the whole world shutting down. I was like, oh, the whole world's gonna shut down, everything's gonna change, and everyone's like, hey, you're out of your box, you're crazy. And little do you know, like a couple months later, like the whole world shut down because of COVID. I didn't think that when I had these visions that it was actually going to be like this soon. But yeah, it happened so soon. So yeah, if you do this, you will come back with some good information. So, and it's said that the desert does not lie. So partaking in this can help you discover the truth, either about your purpose, about you, about the people around you. Like, truth is going to come out. So this is saying it's time for you to go on a vision quest that's designated in a place in nature to which you dwell, whether for a few days or a few hours, and spend the majority of your time praying, meditating by yourself. And it's best to be in a location you can truly find solitude with no interruptions. That's even if it's a quiet corner in a park. Write down these messages and allow yourself to feel safe, loved, and protected. Wherever you go, you could take your question or concern or challenge with you and allow it to float around your consciousness. Sorry. Float around in your consciousness and watch what shows up and see. That's, you know, this is by drawing this Desert Vision Quest card, whatever other card you pull with it, like we had the Winter Solstice and the Dream Time, that these may be amplified threefold. Like I said, like everything that had to do with the Dream Time had to do with this, solitude. Everything with the Winter Solstice had to do again with this Vision Quest. So, and solitude. Well, this solitude, this is Vision Quest. And, so, this is very powerful and deeply spiritual. It's a deep message, spiritual message. It's called to take conscious to a higher level. So you have all you need, all the gifts, everything you have is right here. You have everything you need. You just, and you have the space to do so. You just have to schedule some alone time to get into this. And make sure it's as soon as possible and outside. And the main aspect is to be alone and have an emptied and uninterrupted time to meditate, pray, concentrate on opening your crown chakra, and then allow the connection of your higher self to strengthen. From there, then go to your third eye chakra and have that cleansed and have that open. And then we can strengthen that as well. You can see messages that are meant for you. And then work down through your chakras. Then you go to your throat chakra and imagine all of them open and receptive to what the Spirit has to offer us. Imagine them spinning brightly. Imagine them just very receptive while you prepare yourself to receive these divine messages, Capricorn. Also, with these divine messages, you'll have divine love and guidance. So this is a very sacred time, so feel free to add a few crystals too, because crystals create like the clear quartz. The clear quartz is an amplifier. I can't find mine right now. You can use many different, this is very grounding. Garnet is very grounding. This is my favorite. I don't even know what it's called. But shoot, maximum time is almost up. So just remember to relax and enjoy this time of receiving love, Capricorn. If you can't get outside, go close to a window and imagine yourself outside. Just remember, and then when I got this out, music and harmony came up. So, remember to dance. Remember life, love, light and love sent to you, Capricorn. Thank you so much. Mwah.